Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Daily Easy English Talk. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're unlocking something really fundamental. It can absolutely transform how you connect with people. We're talking about the art of the powerful follow-up question.
Exactly. We've been looking at what makes conversations truly, meaningful, the kind where you learn something unexpected, build real rapport. It's often less about having clever things to say yourself.
Right.
And much more about knowing how to listen and how to encourage the other person to open up a bit.
And what we found is that it often boils down to just a handful of pretty simple, well-timed questions. They act like little keys, moving the conversation past just the surface stuff. These are tools you can grab right now, use them in your very next chat.
Yeah, and the power of these questions, it really lies in what they signal. When you ask a follow-up question, you're basically showing, hey, I wasn't just waiting for my turn to talk. You were actually listening. You're interested in the person, maybe not just the facts they're stating, and you value what they're sharing. This encourages them, often kind of subconsciously, to give you more detail, more feeling.
More of their actual experience.
Exactly. It can turn what might be a monologue into a real dynamic exchange.
Okay, so let's dive into some specifics. Examples. It sounds almost too simple, maybe, but it's incredibly effective.
Okay, number one, just asking why. Or maybe softening it a little, like, why is that?
Yeah. Someone says something, especially like a preference or a belief. This question gets right to the reason behind it. If someone just says, oh, I actually love working at night.
Right.
Your first thought is probably, why? So just asking that, maybe with a curious tone, it invites them to share more.
Okay, let's try a quick example, like a little role play.
Sure.
Okay. I really don't like cold weather at all.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, I grew up in a tropical country, you see, so I'm just really not used to anything below, 70 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. See, right there asking, why is that? Took a simple statement. And boom, you get this little bit of personal background.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about the weather. It was about your history with it. Adds context.
It really does. It moves you straight from the what to the why. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So number two, this one's great for when, someone tells you something a bit unexpected or a story's just starting.
Right. The question is, how did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen?
This is your go-to for getting the details of a story, the narrative. Someone hits you with something surprising.
Like, ugh, I missed my flight last week.
Exactly. Your natural response, the one that keeps it going, is usually like,
oh no, how did that happen?
Precisely. It shows you care, but also you're curious about the story itself. You want to know the sequence of events.
It invites them to, lay out the steps. Okay, let's try that one.
Okay. Oh, I completely lost my wallet on the bus yesterday.
Oh no! Seriously, how did that happen?
Well, I think it must have just slipped out of my back pocket when I stood up to get off at my stop. I didn't notice till later.
Oh, okay. So asking, how did that happen? It turned that, static fact, lost my wallet, into the start of the explanation.
Right. The how.
The process.
It focuses on how the event unfolded.
Yeah. It's essential for getting the plot points, you could say, of someone's little story.
Okay, building on that storytelling angle.
Yeah.
Type 3 is the classic one for just keeping it going, right?
Yes. What happened next?
Simple, direct, shows you're hooked.
Totally. If someone's telling a story, especially one with a bit of suspense.
So we started climbing the hill.
Exactly. Your brain immediately wants to know.
What happened next? Yeah.
It's a clear signal. Keep talking. I'm following along. I want the rest.
Okay, let's demo this one.
Go for it.
Okay. Get this. I actually met a famous singer in a bookstore once.
No way. Really? Okay, what happened next?
Well, we actually talked for 10 minutes. She was super friendly, really down to earth.
See, that question, what happened next, took it from the surprising fact, meeting the singer, right into the interaction that followed.
Yeah, it advanced the story. It did. It moved the timeline forward.
It's basically the easiest way to say, keep going, I'm listening.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Oh.
All right, shifting gears just a little bit. Type 4. This one's more about connecting on an emotional level.
Ah, okay. This is, how would you feel?
Exactly. How did you feel?
Yeah.
This moves beyond just the facts of what happened.
Right.
And gets into the person's internal experience, their emotions. It's huge for building empathy, that connection.
Yeah, like if someone says, I gave a big presentation in front of 100 people, asking, wow, how did you feel, is way more connecting than just like, how'd it go?
Absolutely. How did it go?
Yeah.
Gets you the result, maybe. It went fine.
Right.
But how did you feel gets you the impact on them, their personal experience.
Which is often the most interesting part, really.
And the most relatable. It focuses on their internal state.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay. I finally passed my driving test yesterday.
Hey, that's great. Congratulations. How did you feel?
Oh, man. Mostly just relieved. Seriously. I was so nervous beforehand. My hands were shaking.
Totally get that. It connects you on a different level, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one, number 5. This one's kind of a wonderful catch-all, almost. It's perfect when you're curious, but maybe you don't have a specific why or how question yet, or the topic feels broad.
And it is.
Can you tell me more about that?
Oh, nice. Polite, open-ended.
Very. It signals genuine interest, but it gives the other person control. They get to choose what aspect to elaborate on.
Right. So if someone says, I used to live in Japan, instead of guessing what was cool about it, you can just say, oh, really? Can you tell me more about that?
Exactly. It's a simple, open invitation. It avoids you making assumptions. Maybe they want to talk about the food, maybe the culture, maybe the work they choose.
Okay, let's try it. I used to volunteer at an animal shelter on weekends.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Really rewarding, I bet. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, it was great. I mostly helped walk the dogs and feed cats. Spent a lot of time cleaning cages, too, but, felt good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more about that? Worked perfectly there. It showed you were interested in the volunteering itself, and it let you share the specific things you did, and implicitly, why you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like a gentle nudge for more information without being pushy or too specific.
Exactly. It's your go-to for showing broad interest and encouraging them to just share more.
So there we have it. 5 pretty simple questions.
Right. Why is that? How did that happen? What happened next?
Yeah.
How did you feel? And can you tell me more about that?
They seem basic, maybe, but like we saw in the examples, they're actually really powerful tools.
Definitely. They move you past just swapping facts to show you're listening. They pull out details, keep stories flowing.
Connect emotional.
Yeah, right. And just invite people to share more deeply. Using them really can change how your conversations feel.
Make you seem more engaged, more interested.
Be more engaged, genuinely. The trick is just to listen for those moments, those statements, where you actually do feel curious about the why or the how.
Or the feeling, or just...
More. Exactly. And then just ask.
The best way to get good at it is probably just to practice, right? Pick 1 or 2 you like and try to spot chances to use them in your regular conversations this week.
Yeah, absolutely. You might be really surprised at how much deeper things go and the connections you build just by asking simple questions.
So thinking about these questions, how they're designed to get at the reasons, the story, the feelings behind what someone says. Here's something to maybe mull over. How could paying closer attention to those underlying layers in what someone shares next time you talk? How could that naturally lead you to ask one of these specific questions instead of just jumping in with your own related thought?
And join us next time on Daily Easy English Talk.
Make sure you subscribe to Daily Easy English Talk so you don't miss that one or any of our future tips.
You'll get access to everything we've done.
And as always,
thanks for listening.